Hello friends, welcome to Perfection IAS Mains Model Answer Discussion. In today's Mains Model Answer Discussion, we are going to discuss model answer for 2022 Mains Geography question. The question for today is describe the distribution of rubber producing countries. This is the first part and indicate the major environmental issue faced by them. So this is the question. This question was asked in 15 marker. So you have to write around 250 words for this question. Let us discuss the structure of this question. So first you have to write introduction, then body. In body you have to address that three parts of this question. So first part is distribution of various rubber producing countries. Then second, environmental challenges. In third part, if possible time permits, include some way forward. Remember one thing, whenever you are giving some challenges or addressing some challenges, try to write way forward for this solution. If possible, include the way forward as a third dimension, or else you can include some of the way forward in conclusion. Okay. So this should be a structure of your question. Now let us move on to introduction part. In this introduction part, we have addressed two things. So first part, rubber production is vital industry for many countries, providing valuable resources and jobs. So this in first line we had mentioned the significance of rubber production. In second part, this industry also has significant environmental impact, which may vary depending upon the location and the practice of labor production. Second part, we had mentioned about the environmental issue. So in crux, we had talked about the significance of the industry and also the environmental impact of the rubber industry. So this is the introduction. So now let us move on to first part of this question. First part is distribution of rubber producing country. For this, you can approach this part in two methods. So first is you can mention countries. Okay, so you can mention countries, or else you can mention the region first, and under that you can mention the countries. You can follow any of this method. So I will follow this one, second thing. So first, South Asian region. So the total 60% of the rubber production is happening in the Southeast Asian region. The major rubber producing country in this region were Thailand, Indonesia and Malaysia. So these three countries were most important rubber producing country in the world and Southeast Asian region. So Malaysia is top producer of rubber. Because of equatorial climate and the tropical rainforest condition, rubber production is more suitable in the Southeast Asian countries. So this is the first region. The second region is Africa. In Africa, countries like Libya, Nigeria, Ghana also producing rubber. So these countries are also a major rubber producing country, but the quantity of rubber produced in this region is very minimum compared to Southeast Asia. Okay, so Southeast Asia dominant rubber producing region in the world. So next, in South America also rubber production is happening in some of the countries, which include Brazil, Colombia and Ecuador. So these countries also producing rubber, but this production also very limited when compared to Southeast Asian countries rubber production. Then last region, some other countries are also producing rubber, it including India. In India, the states like Karnataka, Kerala are producing huge quantity of rubber. So India, Sri Lanka, China, Vietnam, these countries are also producing rubber, but the quantity is very minimum compared to Southeast Asian and other region. So these are the main rubber producing country in the region and countries in the world. In geography answer, try to include map as much as possible. So for this question you can include map. Just draw the world map and mention this region and give a title, major rubber producing countries in the world or major rubber producing region in the world. So if you include maps in your geography answer means your marks will boost up to zero point 0.5 or 1 mark. You will get extra 0.5 or 1 mark. So try to include maps in your geography answer. So this is the first part of this question. In second part we have to discuss about various environmental challenge which are specific to this rubber producing country because of the rubber production. So the first environmental challenge is deforestation. So deforestation is the one of the most important challenges of rubber production. Why? Because rubber production often leads to deforestation. We all know that rubber is a plantation crop. So to cultivate a plantation crop, we need huge quantity of land. So because of the requirement of huge quantity of land in tropical and equatorial region, the tropical rainforest are cleared and turned into rubber plantation area. So because of this rubber plantation, deforestation is happening in these countries. For example, large scale deforestation happened in Indonesia because of this rubber plantation. So this is the foremost environmental issue regarding rubber production. Then second is biodiversity loss. Deforestation will lead to biodiversity. So it will lead to loss of some of the important endemic and endangered species of the location. So the clearing forest for rubber production also result into the loss of biodiversity, and many endemic and endangered species in this region will threaten to the threatened because of this rubber production. Example is in Malaysia, many of the endangered species lost its habitat due to the clearance of forest for rubber plantation. So biodiversity loss is the second environmental issue. Then third is climate change. Rubber production can also contribute to climate change. How? As we are clearing the forest for rubber production, which can release large amount of carbon dioxide. Okay, both because of deforestation, the carbon dioxide amount in the atmosphere will increase, and while producing and processing rubber, many greenhouse gas also released, which will aggregate the climate change. So climate change is also one of the environmental impact of rubber production. So next is air pollution. Rubber production can also contribute to air pollution. How? As the burning of rubber and other material in the production process can release many harmful pollutants. Okay, so these harmful pollutants mix into air and affect the quality of air and create air pollution. For example, recently Vietnam had faced this problem of air pollution due to rubber production. And next thing is water pollution. For rubber plantation, huge quantity of pesticides and fertilizers are used. So these fertilizers, the excess fertilizers and pesticides are mixed into nearby water body and threaten the water body. And also the chemical and the waste which are coming from the rubber production is also mixed in this water, and it will affect the quality of water. So recently Brazil, many of the Brazil's river and streams are polluted due to the rubber production. Next thing is the chemical which are emitted from the rubber production will create the carcinogenic effect. Okay, so these are the major environmental challenge regarding rubber production. Okay, so now we have completed the second part. Let us move on to conclusion. In conclusion, It is important for the countries that produces rubber to implement sustainable practice. Those countries which are producing rubber should implement some sustainable and environmental friendly practice and regulation to minimize the environmental impact of this country. So it is not possible to halt the rubber production. So the only way is we should add some sustainable and environment friendly rubber production process. By that we can mitigate and alleviate the environmental consequence of rubber production. So that's all for this question. Thanks for watching Perfection IAS.